My name is Maria Sundaram. I'm an infectious disease epidemiologist at the University of Toronto, and I'm a postdoctoral fellow. And I'm here to answer a question. The question is, can I talk about the timeline for vaccine development and approval? Yes, I can. So normally it takes about 10 years and $10 million to bring a vaccine from all the way from preclinical studies, those are the studies in animals and petri dishes, all the way through all of the people-based studies, so that's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, to approval, and that is usually by a regulatory agency like Health Canada, or in the US it's by FDA. It's happened a lot quicker with the COVID vaccines. There's a couple of different reasons for that. One of them is that normally we would do phase 1 study, we'd finish the phase 1 study, and then we'd say, okay, should we move on to phase 2? Is it worth investing more time and money in this vaccine? But for COVID vaccines, we know it is worth investing more time and money for this vaccine. And so a lot of companies are doing that phase 1, phase 2, or phase 2, phase 3 at the same time. They're not skipping any steps, they're just doing everything sort of at the same time that they might otherwise do it just in chunks. Another reason that it's been happening so fast is that for some of these vaccine modalities, we decided way earlier on, before there was ever a pandemic, we said, hey, there is always this possibility that there could be a pandemic. What would be really great is if we have a vaccine modality that lets us kind of respond super quickly to an emerging pathogen that we've never seen before. That's really tough because we can't spend 10 years developing a vaccine against something that we don't know what it is yet. We're going to need it super, super fast. So instead, we want to develop, for example, mRNA vaccine technology, and that's going to help us respond really, really fast by developing a vaccine really quickly that can be tested safely in humans. So that's really great to see that the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines, both of which are mRNA vaccines, are kind of at the front of the queue in terms of how fast they were able to test the safety and effectiveness of those vaccines in people. Another reason why it happened a little bit faster with COVID vaccines is that SARS-CoV-2 is not the first coronavirus that we know of that has caused severe disease. We know this from the original SARS that happened in 2003, as well as MERS, which is a Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus. So we weren't completely in the dark there. We did have an inkling that there could be a coronavirus that could cause a global pandemic, and we were kind of ready on that front as well. And then finally, I think this is super important, people agreed to participate in these trials. Record numbers, tens of thousands of people gave their time, gave their energy to be in these trials, and that really helped those trials move along as fast as they did so that we could be protected as quickly as possible.